All right, I'm out here sawing 2x4s today. It's a Saturday. I'm just trying to get a lot of this stock cut up before the bugs get in it. This stuff's only been cut 2-3 weeks and it's already turning. Down here in the south it's 90 degrees and you don't have long to cut it, and I don't want to waste about $800 worth of logs. But I was going to show you how on this woodmizer why I like the AccuSet 2 and how I use it. Whenever I get on a log, I try to saw like all 2x4s out of it if I possibly can. Now if I need to saw a 2x6, say I'm sawing 2x6s and I can get a 2x4 out of it, I will, or I'll do just like this. I have my AccuSet set up at 3.5 inches because I cut 1.5 by 3.5 most of the time. And what I do is, it would have been a waste to come in here and just cut right here and throw it all away. Well, instead of having to do math and everything in your head, you do your pattern mode. Pattern mode comes from the deck and goes up. It's going to go up 3.5, and then it's going to come up here to 7 1/8, I think it is. Well, when I see it drop down to there, I'll hit auto up and I'll calculate in 1.5. So then I'll go up to there. I can pull this off and edge it. And I left it all on there to bark and everything. I normally don't. I normally pull all this off. This is a crappy log anyways, so just look over that. But you can look down through there. We can get 1 or 2 2x4s out of it. We need, if it's over 4 foot long, we can use it. But I'll show you what I mean on here. I got it cut on. You just hit pattern mode. I got my 3.5 over there. Well, I'm gonna try to show the head moving and everything, which all that really matters is the screen. Don't matter what it looks like. So you come down to there, that's your 3.5. Well, you go down to your next one and see it's 7 1/8. I'm gonna walk up here and show you. So with that 7 1/8 there, you would have wasted a whole 1.5 inches there. That is junk. I mean, it is what it is. So when you get there, you just come back over here. You have auto down, auto up. I use auto down. Say I'm sawing, I'm squaring up a log, the first 2 sides, not on the 3rd or the 4th, but the first 2 sides. I drop it down and I cut that off, and I'm like, well, that's not clean enough because it's down there. I'll hit auto down and go down 1 inch, 1.5 inches, whatever I'm sawing, 3/4, and it'll auto drop for you, and that's fine. But on this auto up, yeah, I'm on auto up. You can come here and I have my 1.5 inches on there. So then instead of pushing it down, you just push the lever up and it automatically goes up, and you can get that other cut out of there. And I'm explaining it like this, dumbed down, so that dumb people like me can understand it. Like whenever I got the mill, I'm a fairly intelligent person. I'm not a complete moron or whatever, but I have to see to really comprehend. And nobody could show me. The woodmizer dealership and all up here in Mississippi, they're okay, but they don't run these mills. Like they sell them and they work on them a little bit, and that's about it. I figured out a lot of this stuff on YouTube, so I thought I'd make a simple YouTube video of how to run the AccuSet 2 on there. Now this thing's got a lot. The auto up, there's 16 of them. There's 4 in this spot, 4, 4, and 4, you know, so 4 times 4 is 16. Same way with the auto down and the same way with the patterns. And you can set them up however you want. And when you get in pattern mode is beautiful, because let's say you're sawing cross ties or something like that, you can put 1-inch fletchings in there, and then down here it'll automatically go to 8 inches, 7 inches, 9 inches, whatever you're cutting. Or if you're cutting posts or beams and all that kind of stuff, you can do the same thing and do that. Again, the first 2 sides you cut, that was the first one and that's the second one. You know, you can just use auto down on or whatever, and it doesn't matter. But whenever you get ready, you get them knocked down. Say this is a 12-inch log or something, and you're trying to cut 6x6 posts. I would go in and just do an auto down. I'd come down and knock my bark off sort of like this. Then I'd drop 1 inch. If I want 1-inch material, I'm just going to use that as an example. I'd drop 1 inch, I'd slice, I'd drop another inch and slice, roll it, and take a couple slices, and then when you roll it up, hit your pattern mode, and you would have 6 inches. So you'd hit it, and it would all of these would be 1 inch. I'll just show you on here. Well, like this, all of these would be 1, and then this very bottom one would be 6. And you can change them. You can well, you gotta hit the drop. You can go down here and you know, you could run this up to 6 inches. I'm not gonna set it all, but say that was 6 inches. Well, this is gonna cut, and it tells you right there you got 3 more cuts. So if you watch your screen, you'll know how many cuts you have left. And realistically, I would probably use pattern mode, and I would save me about 2 or 3 cuts. Now, if you're sawing high graded beams and all, you don't really want to do that per se, because of well, you can, but you'll want to turn it. What I do is I would just set it up on pattern mode. 1 was 6 inches right there, and it's a lot of work, but people pay extra for it because the post is not going to warp or bend, or not if you got good logs. And what you do is, or what I do is, I come in and I lower my blade to the top of the bark where the bark is. Then I hit pattern mode, and then I'll hit the down thing, and it'll go down 1 inch or 1.5, whatever you're needing. If you saw a lot of 1.5 or 2 inch stuff, you can do that. But usually with me, I saw a lot of 1 inch material because we use a pile of 1 inch. But I do that, and I cut that first face off. Then I roll it up and I cut. I roll it and I cut. I roll it and I cut. I roll it and I cut until I get down to my 6 inches. And if you're constantly rolling, it's releasing stress evenly through the log, and I've noticed your stuff doesn't bow. And you could saw all your 1x and 2x that way. If you want the absolute best graded lumber, in my personal opinion, that's the best way to do it. Is you take 1 or 2 slices and you roll it. 1 or 2 slices, roll it. 1 or 2 slices, roll it. But by doing that, this is just construction stuff. It's just 2x4s, you know. It doesn't matter. These are 9 feet long. They'll be cut down to 8 feet or whatever, you know. But if you do what I'm saying, cut and roll, you're gonna have a way more waste. And most people don't want to pay for the waste. So that's why I cut like this, and I don't care what it is. I know the pith ain't centered and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I don't really care. And then I just turn it up and I just start slicing 1.5. And when I get done, you're gonna have, I don't know, about 10 2x4s on there. Then I go stack them. And that's the quick and fast way when you're doing production. But I hope this helps somebody know how to run some of the settings on the AccuSet 2 and to make your life easier. With this thing, if you'll figure out how to run it, you pretty much have zero math to do, and it makes things real easy. And the terrible thing is I got about a month and a half, 2 months, and I've had this mill 2 years, and I just figured out how to fully utilize the auto up and all. Like, I've never thought about it or anything like that. Nobody has. I don't know of any YouTube videos out there of how to fully utilize the auto up, the auto down, and the pattern mode like that. I've always just tried to roughly figure out, and I'll throw big hunks of wood away I have, and it just come to me like last week. So that's why I'm making the video, so maybe somebody else won't waste wood. If you buy one of these machines, the 40s and up, 40 or 50, don't get the simple set, get the AccuSet 2. I was a simple set fan, and now after getting this, I would never want another simple set. And the other thing, I'd rather have this command station. Everybody's got their own pros and cons, and yes, one day I'm probably gonna have one that the controls carry with it, but that's for real long. Like, I'm planning in the future to be able to saw like 30 or 50 feet if the business takes me there. But by being right here, you are not tired. You're not wore out at the end of the day as walking with this thing. Same way with a manual mill. I had a LT15. Man, after about 2 or 3 hours, you're wore out rolling these logs and all. If you can afford a 40 or a 50 with the command station, get that thing. You know, the 70 comes with it, but if you can get it, get it. It's well worth the money. I don't know what the cost difference is. It's probably only $1,000, $2,000 difference. Get it. I'd rather spend the money on an AccuSet 2 and not get a debarker. That's how great this is. I'd rather have the command station and not have a debarker, or I don't know, whatever else you can get. Like, I'd rather have this setup like this than to have a diesel engine and a debarker. It's that good in my opinion. Or to not have a super. This ain't a super, this is just a regular. I'd rather have slower electronics, because this to me makes up the difference. I can sit out here and saw 8-10 hours a day. Yes, I'll be wore out, don't get me wrong, but there's no way I could saw 8 or 10 hours walking with this thing and just running simple set. It makes the wood that much more efficient. You can increase your production and your yield so much by having them two things. But this video's done got long. We'll see you on the next video. I hope this helps somebody out with the AccuSet 2.